most famous physical therapist on the internet.
Hi folks, I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course,
How
Bob.
modest are we, Brad? Today we're going to talk about how to fix tight hip flexors and quads. It's a new approach using mobilization. It's new to us anyway. We've done some of it in the past, but we're adding little distinctions.
If it's new to us, Bob, it's probably new to everyone.
All right. By the way, if you're new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos on how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. Also, go to bobandbrad.com and go to the giveaway section because this week we're giving away the wobble board. What is it called? Wobblesmarts. Mike says it's Wobblesmart. This is a really good wobble board.
It is. It is deluxe. The best one I've ever worked with.
Great for your balance. Just go to the giveaway section and sign up for it. You can also find it on Facebook if you go to Bob and Brad.
Oh, do you want me to put this up again?
Sure. And if you want a short version of it, go to Instagram, Twitter, or TikTok.
There you
60
go.
seconds of Bob and Brad today. Let's get started, Brad. A lot of you out there, you sit a lot. You sit for your job, or you maybe sit watching TV. And when that happens, what tends to happen is your hip flexors get tight.
That's those muscles right up in here in the hip, the front of the hip.
Right where the front pockets are.
Yep.
I'm going to show you a little what we call the pinch test.
Ooh.
This is based upon the work, by the way, of Dr. Kelly Starrett and his book, Becoming a Supple Leopard. I love that title. And I love the book. It's actually not so much for the layperson. It's really more for maybe a coach or someone who's had some instruction in anatomy and physiology and kinesiology. But
that's enough, Bob.
Yeah, okay. That's a good book, though. All right, let's get started. Show you the pinch test.
Watch where you're pinching.
You're going to bend over. I'm going to pinch right where the hip flexors are or the quads.
So you're actually getting kind of a fold of skin.
A fold of skin. And when I look what happens when I try to stand up. My back won't straighten up. And
you look like an old man.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen to you. Is your hip flexors get tighter and tighter, and you can't stride out.
Yep.
And you can start getting injuries in this area, start getting hip pain. Yep. And this
and you're more at risk for fall because your balance is inherently not as good.
It throws everything off. I mean, it's starting to create muscle imbalances. So we're definitely going to want to stretch this. So he's got 3 rules of mobilization, Dr. Kelly Starrett. 1, you want to go across the fibers to have results. The fibers run this way. Now we're talking about the rectus femoris, the sartorius, tensor fasciae lata, iliopsoas.
You've been doing your homework.
I did. I reviewed. So those muscle fibers run this way, don't they, Brad?
Yes, vertical.
Except for the sartorius runs a little bit.
Wow.
But anyway, so we're going to want to go mobilize this way. You can use different devices to do this. You can use a softball. You can use a tennis ball. You can use a lacrosse ball.
Sure.
You can use a foam roller. And we also have a couple devices here, a new one that we think is really cool and that works quite well.
Yeah, they get in there a little deeper than... Plus they have the benefit of...
vibration.
There you go.
Yep. So this is the Fit Index, and it's got 3 levels. This is like a miniature foam roller. Really cool. I really like this thing. You can see it really jumps around here.
Yeah.
Really does the work.
Don't leave it by itself.
Yeah. I'm going to turn it off now. You know, and remember, you've been reading Tom Brady's book right now, and that's what he recommends, using a vibrating foam roller. But you can imagine this thing can really get into the tissues. So
especially in these hard-to-get areas.
Yeah. But we're not saying you need to buy anything. You just grab that tennis ball and give that a try, or a lacrosse ball, something you have at home first to give it a try and see what you think. So I'm going to get down. I'm going to work on this hip flexor right here. I'm going to lay on this. This could be representative of a tennis ball. It's kind of dark here, isn't it?
Well, yeah, we got gray.
Yeah. So anyway, but I'm going to roll across the fibers this way. So there's nothing magical to this, Brad. You just lay down, get on the floor, get onto it, and you can roll back and forth like this.
Yeah.
And you can vary how much weight you put on it by leaning over onto the side or leaning away from it.
Sure.
If it's too much for you to start. And you're going to work your way all the way down into the rectus femoris, which is part of the quadricep. Now, what he tells you is that if this is a problem area for you, you may need to stay on there as much as 10 minutes, Brad.
And that may, you have to build up to that a little bit.
Right. You're going to have to build up for that, and you probably can't tolerate that the first time. But, if you have one side that's tight and one that's not, work on the tight side.
Well, stay down there, Bob. I just wanted to mention one thing I don't think that was mentioned. You see how Bob has got his shoulders up higher than his hips, so that's actually putting him a little stretch on those hip flexors.
Good point, because if I was down like this, it's not stretching the hip flexors while I'm doing it. And you can start off down like this if that's what you prefer.
Sure.
So, again, his 3 rules were: 1, go across the fibers; 2, stay on the tissue until it makes a change. So it can be up to 10 minutes. And 3, use a ball or device to help move it along to work. You might even try a foam roller, but you have to go across that way, so it's a little more awkward.
Well, we've had videos on that, and we always get comments.
Do we?
Yeah.
What,
we won't
bad
go
ones?
We won't go there.
I'm going to show you one stretch. Some down here, Brad. I'm going to show you one stretch to do of the hip flexors too. This is my favorite hip flexor stretch.
Oh, yes.
So I'm going to stretch this side, and so what I do is I put that knee down, and I bring this leg up, and now as you can see, I'm bending forward. I'm keeping good posture, and I'm leaning forward. Now you can actually take your hand and push even a little bit further here.
Yeah.
To get a little more of a mobilization there.
Look at his back posture, up and down vertical.
Yep. And finally, you can also take your foot and move it out that way.
Towards the camera.
Yeah, towards the camera. If it was the other side, I'd move it away from the camera if it was this leg. And you're internally rotating the hip a little bit, and you're just stretching the hip flexors a little bit more.
Yep. That's one of those little secrets that we give out.
I do. I mean, I'm one of these people that I do what I advise.
Yeah.
So I do this stretch every morning, and I also foam roller this area because I am susceptible to problems on my right hip, and it's gotten to the point at times where I wasn't able to run, and now it feels like I'm a young kid again, Brad.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait,
how do I look?
Well, I was going to say we got to do something about your appearance yet. Just kidding.
What a nice guy. So, but I've almost fallen over.
It happens.
All right, so give those a try. We want your comments below, and just quit laughing, Mike. So thanks everybody for watching.
Take care.